Hi, this is Vladimir Radmanovic. Warriors Weekly starts now.
Welcome to Warriors Weekly, presented by Esurance. This week's show, we go behind the scenes with recent 10-day call-up from the NBDL, Anthony Tolliver. We also catch up with second-year guard Anthony Morrow in our Warriors Profile segment. Now for a look at some of the recent action in last week's games, here's Warriors Rewind. Warriors taking on the Milwaukee Bucks on a Friday night at Oracle as the homestand continues. Thinking about Brandon Jennings and that 55-point performance in the overtime victory over the Warriors in Milwaukee. In the first quarter, back and forth, the Warriors with only 8 healthy players would lead Milwaukee 23-21. The excellence of Monte Ellis on display again, 33 points. With Corey Maggette chipping in 32, they would ride the hot hands again as the Warriors would have an 8-point lead at halftime. For Milwaukee, Brandon Jennings, 3 made threes, would finish with 25. Andrew Bogut inside with 15 points. But the bench of Luke Ridnour and Carlos Delfino, along with Hakeem Warwick, would give the depth advantage to the Bucks. In the third quarter, the Warriors, 12 fouls called against them in the first half, but 9 in the third quarter, and foul problems would become an issue. Anthony Morrow was injured just a couple minutes into the game, taking the Warrior roster down to 7. Then Chris Hunter fouling out took the Warrior roster down to 6. Andres Biedrins would foul out, taking the Warrior roster down to 5. And eventually Stephen Curry would foul out, and for the first time in NBA history, the Warriors are any team finishing with 5 players. Personal foul on Steph Curry, technical foul, as you can always have to have the mandatory 5 players on the floor. Milwaukee would take advantage with the superior depth, as well as getting to the foul line 39 times, put the 6 players in double-figure scoring, offset Maggette and Monte Ellis scoring. Biedrins, though, with a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Steph Curry with 18. He and Monte Ellis play all 48 minutes. Maggette plays 42. But 8 players for the Warriors, 3 of them fouling out, 1 of them becoming injured. The Bucks, a deeper team, outlasting the Warriors at Oracle, 113-104. The Warriors, with just 8 healthy players, entertaining the Chicago Bulls on an MLK matinee, with Chicago having won 8 of the last 11, red hot as they came to Oracle. But in the first quarter, the Warriors would race out to a 33-25 advantage. Once again, Corey Maggette and Monte Ellis both going over the 30-point mark. Maggette, in fact, 11 of 14 shooting, 10 of 11 from the line, 32 points with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Chicago, behind Derrick Rose and John Salmons, would get back into the ball game, and the Bulls, with their superior size, starting to rebound the ball better, outscoring the Warriors by 7 in the second quarter. In the second half, Monte Ellis and Steph Curry would get the Warriors going. The rookie Curry with 26 points on 5 of 8 three-point shooting and outstanding defense against Derrick Rose, and the Warriors would start to take control. Throughout the game, though, Andres Biedrins, best game of the year, 9 points, 19 rebounds, 8 block shots, and the Warriors would actually out-rebound the Bulls, only the 5th time they've done that this year, 4-1 when they out-rebound their opponent. In the fourth quarter, great Warrior defense. Coming up with steals, the Biedrins blocks holding Chicago to 37% shooting, an opponent's season low. Monte Ellis and Steph Curry combining for 62 points, Maggette's 32, and the Warriors, despite only 8 healthy players on the MLK matinee, throttle the Chicago Bulls 114-97 the final as the Warriors take care of the Bulls in Oakland. Wednesday night at Oracle, and the Nuggets in town. And the last time the Warriors saw the Nuggets, a heartbreaker in Denver. This one would have a similar type of feel. The Nuggets would get off to a 30-25 lead at the end of one. Carmelo Anthony, Western Conference Player of the Week, did not disappoint. 23 points, but well played by Devin George. 7 of 22 shooting. Didn't shoot it all that well, and Chauncey Billups would carry the load for the Nuggets. for the Warriors. Corey Maggette, Monte Ellis, again an unstoppable tandem. Maggette with 33 points, Monte with 39, but Maggette would have foul trouble in the first half. So it was the D-League brigade. Chris Hunter with 9 points and 6 rebounds, Cartier Martin with 5 points, and Anthony Tolliver with 4 points and 3 rebounds. The Warrior D-League bench keeping them in the ball game, tied at halftime. In the third quarter, back and forth they would go. In a game that had 13 lead changes and 16 ties, it was Chauncey Billups, 11 of 19 shooting, 6 made threes. Nuggets and Warriors, two of the top scoring teams in the NBA, did not disappoint. Stephen Curry, a rough shooting evening, but would hit 3 threes, and the Warriors in the ball game with a 9-0 run, and down the stretch would take a 1-point lead heading into the fourth. In the fourth quarter, back and forth they would go. Monte Ellis, who had 10 assists to go with his 6 rebounds, scoring for the Warriors, playing all 53 minutes. Chauncey Billups, incredible in the fourth quarter, and in overtime, it was Monte hitting a 3 to tie the ball game. The Warriors come up with a stop. Anthony Tolliver can't get the shot off as time expires. We go to the extra period. Chauncey Billups, Monte Ellis again back and forth. Corey Maggette would break the seal in overtime, but it was a J.R. Smith 3, the killer 3 after offensive rebounds by Kenyon Martin. And the Nuggets, once again, in an odd, controversial game, beat the Warriors 123-118 in overtime.